Do you want to know why the right is winning? What it is offering to people that the left is not? I can help you with that because I study the far right. To understand what's happening, you need to understand what fascism is and what it offers people that makes them want to join up. And I know y'all like to throw around the term fascism as though it just means something bad that you don't like. But fascism is a very specific political ideology. And so if you call everything you don't like, from Biden to Trump, fascism, when fascism arrives at your door, you are caught with your ass out, which is exactly what's happened. So let's get clear on what fascism actually is. Scholars define fascism in two different ways. So one of them is the listicle, which is where scholars attempt to dissect the various fascisms that we've seen arise over time and discover what are the working pieces of fascism. And so like Umberto Eco is a really good example of this, Jason Stanley. But the other approach, which is the one I'm going to use today, is what's called the search for the fascist minimum. What that means is, what is it at its core that makes fascism, despite all of the surface level differences that we've seen over time and across the world? So today I'm going to be pulling from one of the most famous definitions of the fascist minimum, Roger Griffin's. This is a mouthful, so hang with me, I will break it down for you. Fascism is a genus of political ideology whose mythic core, in its various permutations, is a paleogenetic form of populist ultranationalism. Political ideology, how societies should organize themselves politically. And when it comes to populism, what that means is that it's a movement of the people, a popular movement, okay? And then ultranationalism. So one of the key differences between what y'all were calling fascism under Biden is that when you have fascism, nothing matters except the nation. Individual lives are subservient to the nation. So whereas under neoliberalism, like Biden, at least the people at home get to have personal liberties, under fascism, you have none. You have none because nothing matters except the nation and the great leader who embodies the nation. And the next part is key as to what fascism is offering that the left is not, and that is paleogenetic, okay? What this means is that in that story of the nation, what the myth that they're offering people is that once we were great, but then we declined for XYZ reasons, usually pointing to a specific group. In our case, currently, it is undocumented immigrants and it is trans people. What can we do then to get back to the glorious future? We are going to rebirth the nation into a glorious future. We are going to make America great again, okay? And this is what the right is offering that the left is not. There is no unifying myth on the left. The left is currently defending the status quo. If you listen to interviews with Trump voters, people are like, I cannot deal with the status quo anymore. And is that justification for voting for fascism? For them. For them it is. The left has been hyper-focused on our differences. It has been hyper-focused on tweaking language as though that's going to liberate anybody. So is it really putting a single person in housing if you call a population unhoused as opposed to homeless? It doesn't matter if you capitalize black or white. It doesn't fucking matter. All of that is virtue signaling and classism because it prevents coalition building because y'all are so busy policing language. This is a distraction. We have to let this go. What we need is a narrative of who we are together, who we are as a nation. And it doesn't have to be a bad narrative. It can be a big, expansive, wonderful one, but it's not happening right now. There's no narrative of unity. There's just a narrative of white Christian nationalism on the right. But that narrative is flexible enough that it creates a big tent. This is why racial minorities can still find themselves supporting this because they still are able to see that they are being part of the hierarchy that's defended, okay? Will fascism come for them eventually too? Yeah. But for now, it doesn't seem like it. They will, okay? So what the left has to do is stop worrying about language and start building a vision of the future that gives people hope. Okay? We need our own paleogenetic myth. Okay, stop calling everything fascism. Thank you.